Microphone check. 1, 2. I should have done that earlier. Hi, everybody. What's going on? This is hashtag TNT JoeFi. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. I seem a little rushed at the moment. So today I have an important meeting at 3:30. So yeah, I'm kind of on edge. I just FYI. Anyway, welcome guys. How's it going? It is like Edgar said, it is a very cloudy, starting to rain here in Chicago. I think it's raining right now. Edgar, I didn't know you were in Illinois. Did you say that before? Did I miss that? Anyway, guys, what's going on? We have a good show in terms of news today. I'm trying not to worry about this meeting that I have. It's just I have a lot to do. So and that meeting's at 3:30. So this is just gonna be an hour show. We're not doing overtime today. So anyway, let me go ahead and get into chat. I don't have a ton of stories, but actually what I want to do is I want to go over my Pixel 4a. I'm going to go through that at the very end of this show so that, I take enough time to go through things. But I want to talk about the obvious things that happened today. Let me go through chat, though, real quick and say hi to everybody. Edgar Hernandez is in here just in time, cloudy, and finally some rain here in Illinois. Yeah, it's been a minute since it's rained. It is welcome. I just don't have an umbrella, and I need to go to the store later. So we'll see how that goes. So I got the hoodie for. Six is in here as well. Hey, fam. Hey fam, what's going on, Six? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Team Verizon is in here. Hey Jerome, hope you got my DMs. I think I have to double check, but I'm sure I did, so I'll check. Team Verizon also says, afternoon, everyone. Hope y'all are good. Jason Lim is in here. Hi all. Want to feel old? The unbreakable Nokia 3310 turns 20. Yeah, I think I saw an article about that. I can't remember if I owned a 3310. I'd have to double check. Kit Cabello is in here. All right, catching a live stream. Kit, what's going on? Welcome, man. How's it going? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. With his rain emojis. There you go. There you go. Sean is in here as well. Yo, what's going on, Sean? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Big House Productions is in here as well. Oh, there you go. That's what I meant to put. Hey, what's going on, Big House? How you doing? Mario's in here. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, Mario? Welcome. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and let's get into this. Again, I just want to get through the stories and make sure we cover everything because I want to take some time and talk about my Pixel 4a today because I think today is 3 weeks since I've owned it. 3 weeks or a month? I think it's been 3 weeks. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and let's get started. So this first story here is everyone has been talking about this, I'm assuming, because today was the unveiling of the Galaxy Z Fold 2. And actually, it's a little more price-wise than I think anybody anticipated. I think everybody thought it was going to be a little cheaper, and it looks like it moved up in price by about $10. So this article from Ars Technica says Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 2 is official. It's $2,000 and ships September 18th. All right, let's hear it. Who put down a pre-order, or who's putting a pre-order down for this phone? Who's spending $2,000 on this phone? And the people that don't count are tech reviewers who are going to just use this as content. Who's legitimately buying this phone right now for $2,000? I don't know anybody offhand that I feel like is legitimately plunking down $2,000 for this phone. There are a lot of other things you can do with $2,000, and unless you have money to burn, I just don't see that happening. Anyway, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G. This is a long ass name for a name of a phone. The Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G. Here are a few pictures. We've seen a lot of these, I believe. It is one hell of a phone. It is a technological marvel, but I just $2,000, $2,000. It is a step forward in innovation and creativity and technology and all these grand things, but I seriously don't think anybody's going to be dropping $2,000 right now, at least your average person, or at least somebody who's looking for a phone today. If you are, I would love to be friends with you. If you're buying this phone because you have the money for it, let's be best friends. What can I do to be your best friend? All right. So today, Samsung made it the rest of the way announced with a second event, an official spec sheet, and a price. Between the first half of the announcement and various leaks, we already knew nearly everything about the Fold 2 except a price and a ship date. So the big news is that the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is $2,000, a whole $10 more than the original Fold, and it ships September 18 in the US. I don't think this price is shocking for a lot of people. I feel like we all knew it was going to be $2,000. Yeah, it's $10 more. We were thinking it was going to be a little less, but it's $2,000. If you're spending $2,000, I don't think an extra $10, $20, even $50 is going to be breaking the bank for you. The rest of the event is official confirmation on specs that were already leaked. The Fold 2 has a Snap 865 Plus, so the top tier chipset that you can buy today for Android, the 865 Plus, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage. My God, you would think for $2,000 you would get at least 512 gigs of internal storage. Am I crazy to think that? I would think 512 gigs would be the minimum for this. You're giving us all these. The thing is, it has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. This thing has a 7 point whatever inch display on the main display, on the folding display, and it has a 6.2 inch display on the front. And it's a 4,500 milliamp hour battery with an 865 plus chipset with 5G. I was expecting a much bigger battery. We keep talking about all these phones now with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, with a 6,000 milliamp. And then yesterday we talked about what phone was it again that has a 7,000 milliamp hour battery? The M51 from Samsung. I mean, that's a Samsung Galaxy phone. Use that 7,000 milliamp hour battery and put it into this gigantic, huge 2-display folding phone, folding tablet, folding piece of technology that none of us really have the money for. The phone supports wireless charging, has a side-mounted fingerprint reader, runs Android 10, and if you can get it, supports sub 6 gigahertz supports sub 6 gigahertz and millimeter wave 5G. There is no Exynos version internationally. All folds in all regions will run the Qualcomm Snap 865 Plus. Am I crazy too? Because I thought didn't we have a discussion here that said that the 865 Plus or the Snapdragon series chipsets aren't used internationally? Is that a rule that's changed? I swear that we've talked about this before. Anyway, the giant screens are the star of the show. The inside is a folding 7.6 inch 2208 by 1768 OLED display, which this year gets a major upgrade to a 120 hertz refresh rate. Hold on. So a 7.6 inch display, a huge display, another huge display on the front of the phone or the flip side or whatever you want to call it, has a 120 hertz refresh rate and has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. What is the screen on time for this phone going to be? What kind of screen time are you expecting to get on this phone? I feel like you're going to be charging this thing twice a day, at least. The outside screen is a 6.2 inch 2260 by 816 OLED, which is dramatically bigger than the 4.6 inch display on the Galaxy Fold 1. So a nice upgrade in display. The display has way smaller bezels compared to the ridiculous front of the Fold 1. But with a 25 by 9 aspect ratio, it's one of the tallest, skinniest displays we've ever seen. So that screen is still 60 hertz. So you'll be quickly switching between a 60 hertz outer display and a 120 hertz inner display, which will be odd. Yeah, maybe. I'm sure. Well, I don't know if you'd really notice the difference. I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't have one, so I can't tell you. The Z Fold 2 is serving as a bit of a do-over for the Fold line after the disastrous Galaxy Fold 1 launch. Samsung wanted the Fold 1 to be a revolutionary device, but instead, the delicate plastic display and strange construction meant it died in the hands of Samsung's early hand-picked reviewers. Samsung ended up delaying the launch for 5 months while it reworked the device. It's funny, I totally forgot about that. I forgot how much of I won't call it a flop, but it had quality issues, and I'm guessing they have now fixed this. The hinge is probably a lot better. The construction is a lot more solid, but I guess we'll wait for the high-end tech reviewers who can afford it or who have received one. Has Samsung given these devices for free? Yeah, I'm sure they have. So we'll see what the reviews are for it. Yeah, so Samsung Electronics CEO DJ Koh called the whole fiasco embarrassing, and when the reworked Fold finally did come to market, it was with a whimper. This was not the triumphant release Samsung wanted. The Fold 2 is learning from some of the mistakes of the Fold 1. Instead of the all-plastic interior screen cover, the phone now ships with Samsung's ultra-thin glass cover on the inside, just like the Galaxy Z Flip. Samsung's flexible glass is actually a plastic and glass sandwich, and with the plastic on the outside, it doesn't feel as nice as bare glass. It also isn't scratch resistant. The inner glass layer does give the display some cover some rigidity, though, which is better than a shishy. What the hell is shishy? Than a shishy all-plastic display. Samsung has done away with a huge notch on the interior of the device, and instead the Fold 2's interior uses a single hole punch camera that is a lot less noticeable. Just like the Fold 1, the Fold 2 overall has a whole bunch of cameras. There's a 10 megapixel hole punch camera on the outside, that 10 megapixel hole punch camera on the inside, and 3 cameras on the back. 12 megapixel wide angle, 12 megapixel main camera, and a 12 megapixel telephoto. The hinge is different this year too, and the new design again borrows from the Z Flip. Instead of a spring-loaded opening and closing, the hinge can stop halfway, making the phone stand up like a mini laptop. So it looks like they've done a few improvements. Like on the Z Flip, this means that some apps will trigger a split screen mode and logically spread out the UI across the top and bottom halves of the display. The non-springy hinge also means you'll need to be more deliberate when you open and close the device. When you open and close the device, since the hinge won't provide as much help as before. So pre-orders are going up today and tomorrow through Samsung, and the three, yes, there are only three now participating major carriers. So yes, the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is here for $2,000 for anyone who has deep pockets, for anyone who has been saving their pennies for every paycheck that they've been getting for the last who knows how many months. I think this is still a phone for, I feel like the majority of people who own this phone are going to be tech reviewers to show off the phone and the technology involved. And yes, it's a great step forward. They've improved the construction, the build quality. I feel bad for anybody who really spent money on this phone and has had issues with the quality on the first iteration. Hopefully the second one will be better. I'm still a little perplexed at a 4,500 milliamp hour battery on such a big phone with such huge displays on it. I just can't see this being a phone that is going to have the battery to last you an entire day. That's really all I have to say. I don't have much to say about this phone. Did they even have an event? This is how I've been keeping on par. I didn't watch it. It's not. Yes, it's great innovation, but it wasn't really something I was hyped for. I wasn't like on the edge of my seat, like I got to watch this. This has to be something I got to catch. But a step forward, and hopefully, maybe next year it'll be $1,800 or $1,500 and not $2,000. I'm still gonna, check out the reviews and see what people have to say about it. But it's also interesting to see the cameras. So they're not using the bigger megapixel cameras. They're using 12 megapixels for all of them. I don't know if this is the same camera that was used in the S10. I don't know if any of you guys know what kind of camera they're using for it. But yeah, this is the Galaxy Z Fold 2. It's $2,000. If I were you, I would spend your money elsewhere. Like, buy yourself a nice new laptop, build yourself a new PC, and let me know what you're building with $2,000, because you can still build a pretty nice PC for $2,000 instead of buying this Galaxy Z Fold 2. Keep whatever phone you're using now. I'm sure it'll be fine. Go build yourself a PC. Go buy a laptop. Go buy 1,000 hot dogs and still have money left over. Ooh, man, I could go for a hot dog. All right, let me get into chat here. Let me scroll up, make sure I say hi to everybody. Big House says, I ordered the Thom Browne edition. Team Bryce says, man, the new Fold looks good, but that price, yeah, totally is so expensive. Alan Stevenson is in the house. What's up, everyone? What's going on, Alan? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Six says, LOL, it's so funny when people say the next iteration of the device will be cheaper, yet that never happens. Yeah. I think a lot of people thought this because it was just such an absurdly high price. But again, you're talking about two gigantic displays and newer technology still that people aren't really, it's not really being mass produced or mass marketed. So yeah, you're right. Ted says, Ted, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. I'm putting down 2 stacks for this phone. Are you really? Not because I have the money for it, but because I don't know any better. Ted, are you serious? Are you really putting $2,000 down on this phone? Can I borrow $2,000, Ted? I would like to pay rent for the next 2 months. For this, it's September. It's rent day. Can you pay for my rent September and October? I don't know what I can do for you. I can't give you a Galaxy Z Fold 2, but I can be very thankful. Team Verizon says, I know at least 1 million people back in my country who won't be getting this one. Yeah. And I would imagine it's a very small percentage who would be buying this phone. Six says, so the Fold 3 will be $2,500. Oh, dear God. Hopefully not. Samsung has been missing the mark with storage this year. My Note 10 Plus has 256 gigs. The Note 20 Ultra has 128 gigs, the same as the first Fold it came with. 512, and this new one comes with 256. Yeah, it's so much money for 256 gigs of internal storage. Spend your money elsewhere. Spend it better, people, please. Oddweight is in here. Oddweight, how's it going? $2,000. You got to be kidding me. Foldables aren't going mainstream anytime soon. I agree. I was hoping that scaling up production would decrease the costs, but that's not the case, I guess. It is not. Jason says adopting new tech early comes with a high risk. And it does. Big House says everyone has been having issues with the Note 20 battery. Can you imagine the screen on time on this Fold? Maybe 4 hours if you're lucky. I feel like you're lucky if you're getting 4 hours. Is that what it is? Is that what everyone's been complaining about with the Note 20? I think I've heard people were complaining that the Note 20 Ultra is having battery issues. Is it really that bad? I had no idea. It's been that bad. Oddweight says it's been 3 years now. It's not early anymore. Fair enough. Paul Hendricks is in the house. Paul, how's it going? Battery life. Boot up charge. Start WhatsApp charge. Start phone app. Talk charge. Paul, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. Oddweight says, I miss DJ Co. He was better than the current fella. I'm not even up to date with any of that. Sean, did you say hi earlier? Did I say hi to you? Yeah, I did. Sean, what's going on? $2,000. Man, SMH. For real. SMH. Harsh Mystery. Welcome to the stream. It's just a Note Ultra with an extra screen. I've been saying that for a while. I feel like these foldable phones they just seem like two phones sandwiched together. Yes, these are two completely different phones, but that's kind of how I feel like when I see these foldable phones. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Big House says, Sean, the Thom Browne edition is $3,300. Is it really? Are you kidding me? Or are you just kidding around here? I have a new Oddweight, a new member. To help with the rent. Oddweight, thank you so much for being a new YouTube member. All right, guys, I was gonna talk about this today, but I am gonna bring this in here. I'm gonna explain this to everyone. First of all, Oddweight, thank you for being a new YouTube member. Thank you for supporting the channel. It is most appreciated. But I wanted to give an update to everybody today. So anyone who is a member now, whether you are a Kindergarten Cop member or a Predator member or a Terminator member or anything above that, everyone will have access to my Discord. Discord is something I use to chat with people who were like Predator tiers and up, but like there really hasn't been much activity. So I want to open that invite to everybody who is a paying member. So it's by invite only though. So if you want to get on that Discord, I'll try to reach out to as many people as I can, but DM me at Phone Jerome. I know I'm not very good at DMs, but I will make an effort to check all the DMs. So DM me on Instagram or Twitter at Phone Jerome. I will give you the invite for Discord. Obviously, I have to double check and make sure that you're a paying member or whatever. So we'll talk. But yes, anyway, Oddweight, thank you so much for being a new YouTube member, for being a new YouTube member. For anyone who's interested in being a YouTube member, you can be also part of the Phone Jerome fam by what am I trying to say? Clicking this blue, God damn it. By clicking this blue join button. Yes, right there on YouTube, you will get the green in your name. You'll get the red Chicago star, just like here. You'll get to use custom emoji. And now you will get access to my Discord. You'll also get your name in every single one of my intros and outros to my live streams. Again, you can do this by clicking the blue join button, or you can go to youtube.com/Phone Jerome/join. Anyway, Oddweight, thank you so much for being a new YouTube member. Why am I having so much trouble talking today? All right, let me get back into chat here. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. Let me see here. Jason says, will the new hinge trap dust? Remembers Apple. Remember Apple butterfly keyboards. I actually was not even aware of that, but I guess we'll wait and see. You know, to what's going to happen with it. Harsh says, I'm disappointed. It's not worth 2K. I mean, yes, the displays are huge and they're different and it folds and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think it's worth 2K. Team Bryce says I can buy 5 Pixel 4As for that. There you go. Or a PS5 and an Xbox for sure. Oh, there you go. Oddweight says, I'm getting a ThinkPad P15S all decked out. Awesome. Awesome, man. Matthew Williams. Matthew, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Jerome, remember talking about how we hate hole punch and notches? Yes, I remember. What's your thoughts on the new Zen phone? It looks pretty complete. So when that came out, when I talked about that story, I really like that camera technology. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that it's a pop-up. I love the fact that you can flip the cameras around so it can be front facing or rear facing. I think it does look pretty complete. I don't remember if we talked about price. I don't think a price was actually listed. The only thing I'm worried about is how good those cameras are going to be. Otherwise, yeah, it looks like a pretty complete phone. I don't know too much about it though. I don't have the specs in front of me. I don't remember all this stuff, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the camera reviews come out for that. So anyway, Matthew, welcome. Nice to see you, man. Raf B is in here checking in. Raf B, how's it going, man? Welcome. John's Life is in here as well. Was told there is no screen protection that folds. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I wouldn't even know how that would work to begin with. I mean, I'm somebody that doesn't use screen protectors or any kind of protection. All my phones are all naked. Look, I feel like I'm always showing off every time I do that. But yeah, so like I have no idea. I don't even do the homework when it comes to that. John's Life, welcome though. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, but welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Danny Rivera, Danny, have I seen you here too? I'm starting to lose track. Have battery anxiety with my Note Ultra. Haven't had that with a phone in years. That's so funny you say that. That is so funny you say that, because today I am going to be doing a kind of a roundup on the Pixel 4a, and I'm holding this Pixel 4 here because this phone gives me incredible battery anxiety, and this is why the 4a has been my daily driver for quite some time now. But I'm going to talk about that towards the end of that towards the end of this show. Jesus, we're 28 minutes in already. So Danny Rivera, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. That's unfortunate that you are having battery anxiety, especially with a Note Ultra. Do you mind me asking what kind of screen on time you get with that? Like, or how long you're pulling it off the charger for? I'm curious. So please let me know. Big House says, I'm not joking, Jerome. The Thom Browne edition is $3,300. My God. You're just flexing at that point. If you're spending $3,300 on a smartphone that probably you're probably not even if you're spending that much money, I'm sure you're not even keeping that phone for over a year. You're probably going to buy the next one after it comes. Edgar Hernandez with a $2 super chat. Any trolls around? Are you trying to call them out, Edgar? Is that what you want? Are you trying to get me to rage? Edgar, thank you for the support. I will add you to you're the first patron, or not patron. You're the first super chat supporter for the month of September. So I'll make sure to add you for tomorrow's intro and outro. Edgar, thank you for the support. Guys, thank you for all the support lately. Yesterday, you guys were killing it with the support. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So Edgar, thank you again so much. And then Oddweight, also, thank you for being a new member. Alpha Ace. Alpha, I don't think I've seen you in here as well. So I purchased the device. This has honestly been the most excited I have been for a phone release. It's something different. Wow. So Alpha Ace, first of all, can we be best friends? I will be your best friend. You purchased, or you pre-ordered this Galaxy Z Fold 2. You dropped 2 stacks on it. So here's the thing. As much as like I give shit about the price of this phone, I can understand if you have the money, that's one thing. You're right though. It is something different. A lot of us talk about how phones are so boring these days. Glass and metal. It's reached its peak. There's been no innovation. Everything's the same. You got to give a company credit for doing something different, right? Because, and that's why I was saying, like, this is innovation. It's creative. It's something different. It might move that, what's the word, pendulum. It might move that stick forward or whatever, to like get the innovation going, and maybe we'll have better things in the future. So please, Alpha Ace, when you get this, you'll have to share your experience with us and let us know how you feel about it. Anyway, I don't know if I've seen you in here before either, so welcome. Will says move it to Telegram. Will, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. I know, I you know what? I like Discord though, because you can separate channels. So it's not just one separate, it's not one threaded chat. You know what I mean? And I've actually, so like for anyone who uses Discord, you guys can catch me playing Rocket League, and then I don't know, let's just try it out, Will. Like be open your mind. No, I hear you, Will, but we're keeping it at Discord for now. Will, welcome to the stream. Harsh Mystery says, I would rather buy the S10 than buy the new Fold. Fair enough. Oddweight says, open up your Twitch account for subs too. Is it not open? Is that not open up for subs? I didn't realize that. I had no idea. I'll look into that. Wyatt Wolford, hello. Wyatt, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. John's Life says no SD slot and S. Average camera specs. Do you think it's a marketing tool to buy the Fold 3? I don't know if it's a marketing tool. I mean, obviously it's a marketing tool. It has to be some kind of marketing tool. People want to see what's up with this phone. It's going to create hype. Even if it gets negative press, it's still going to be in people's minds. People are going to still talk about the phone no matter what. Oh, S Pen, John is saying. Yeah, no SD slot, no S Pen, average camera specs. I don't know if it's a marketing tool to buy the Fold 3, but people are going to buy it. It's going to be a very small percentage, but you're going to see videos. People are going to be talking about it. Again, it's moving that pendulum forward, moving that pegboard forward. What the hell is the term? Is it pendulum? It's not pendulum. Isn't a pendulum the thing that swings back and forth? It doesn't move forward. The pendulum swings back. I need to move on. Big House says the Fold 2 comes with a 1-year screen replacement guarantee. There you go. Oddweight says, by the way, folks, I brought down my monthly subscription cost to around $40. Good for you. You've been spending way too much money on that, Oddweight. Is that why you're able to support me now? Just kidding, Oddweight. I'm just kidding. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to be able to go through everything. I got to get through the rest of these stories. I want to talk about the Pixel 4a. So let me see here. Oh, Danny Rivera says the Thom Browne comes with the watch and the Buds Live. So it kind of cuts costs a little bit. Oddweight says, can you do a video on how to sustain the YouTube business model? For example, how content creators sustain themselves. I can share the real life experience of how much money I make on this. I have about 30,000 subscribers and I make jack shit on YouTube. I make more money with you guys supporting me with super chats and memberships than ad revenue. This is why I can't sustain this. This is why I can't dedicate this time to camera comparisons, even though I love doing them, because it's a time suck. I spend 12 to 16 hours making a camera comparison video, and then I make like $3 off of it. Like it's not worth it. I want to do them. I still plan on doing them. It's just, yeah, Oddweight. Maybe it's something I can take a look into for sure. All right, guys. Let me scroll down. Just let me make sure I say hi to everyone else. Mauricio's in here. Mauricio Salazar Rosas. Hello. Mauricio, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Alpha A says Fold 2 or the Windows Phone with folding screens. Ooh, that's a tough one, because you know what? I like, to be honest with you, I like the 3:2 aspect ratio on the Surface Duo. Is that what it's called? The Surface Duo, whatever. I like the wider aspect ratio. I don't like two phones like this sandwiched together. That's just me. But the thing about the Windows Phone, it doesn't have NFC. It's not going to have a good camera at all. It's lacking a lot of things. So if I had to pick one, I would probably pick, I would probably pick the Fold 2 for the specs alone. It's going to have a better camera. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I really just wouldn't spend the money. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next story. But real quick, I know I'm rushing. I know I sound very rushed, and I am. But real quick, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. If you can't hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button. It's just a way to support, guys. I appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I know this is stupid marketing shit, and I hate doing it, but it is a way to support, and it helps the channel. So please, if you get a chance, hit that subscribe button. I do stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central, and that's it. All right, next story. So these are going to go quick. This article from XDA Developers is talking about the Axon 25G. So ZTE, yeah. I mean, I've talked about this before already. We've talked about this phone. The Axon 25G is going to be the first phone that's going to have this under display camera. And it looks like it's coming out. Like, look at that though. This is really, that's what I like here though, is you get a full screen display, no notch, no hole punch, no bullshit. All these other companies could have done this already without making an under display camera by putting a selfie pop-up cam, but no one's going to, well, some people do it. Not everyone though. Most people don't. What was I going to, why did I have this up? I think it's because it's coming out. Wow, that looks really nice. Why did I pull this story up? I have no idea. I swear I thought I had this story for a reason. This looks really nice though. Although this is a little bigger than here. Oh, the reason I brought this up is because the speaker setup. I think the speaker is under the display as well, which I think other companies have done. I think ZTE is pretty good at making front firing dual stereo speakers, which is what I was hoping for, but it looks like this isn't going to have it. I think one of the speakers is under the display and then the other one is at the bottom, which is a little unfortunate. I don't know how good it's going to be. But another thing though is, oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. The reason, look at the specs on this phone though. So we just spent time talking about a $2,000 phone, right? We spent time talking about a $2,000 Galaxy Z Fold 2. And yes, it's different and it has all these high-end specs. Although I wish it had 512 gigs of internal storage at a $2,000 price point, but I don't control that. But look at these specs here. So it's a Snapdragon 765G, which is the same chipset that you're going to find in the upcoming Pixel 4a 5G, in the upcoming Pixel 5, and it's in a ton of other phones at this point. And then a 6.92 inch FHD plus display. Where is the other? Obviously, it has the under display front camera. Why am I missing the other specs? Of all the places, XDA I feel like would have had it, but it starts at $322. $322 for the 6 gig RAM, 128 gig version. And if you get the 8 gig RAM and 256 gig version, you're looking at just above $400. So it's not a bad phone for the price for a Snap 765G for an under display camera. Is that under display camera going to be any good? Probably not. It's probably not going to be anywhere close to what we have right now. It's not going to be anywhere close to my Pixel 4a. The front camera on here will probably be way better than this Axon or whatever, but it's such a cheap price point. So anyway, just thought I'd share that. It was part of the story. Moving on. This article from GSM Arena is talking about the OnePlus 8T render leaking in Android 11 developer preview. So I've talked about the OnePlus 8T in the past and what's going to happen with this phone. Are they going to bump the price up for the OnePlus 8T? Hopefully not. Hopefully they're not going to be bumping that price up. Hopefully they're going to be keeping it at that $700 price point, and they'll just take the OnePlus 8 and drop that by $50, $75, $100. The OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro are, even though they're they're not priced as high as flagship phones here in the States right now. They're still very expensive, at least here in the States. And I don't want to see them keep bumping these prices up unless it's worth it. And I just don't know if it's worth it yet. The one thing that I give OnePlus a hard time about is their cameras. And even though the OnePlus 8 Pro has really improved in the camera department, I still don't think it's up there in terms of calling it the best of the best in terms of camera phones. I think the iPhone 11 Pro, I think the Pixel 4 are still up there. My Huawei P40 Pro Plus is up there. And I just don't think the OnePlus 8 Pro is at that level yet. Anyway, as far as the OnePlus 8T, it looks like something got leaked. So this is the render for it. They say it looks very similar to the OnePlus 8. The render reveals the front, which looks identical to the OnePlus 8 with a punch hole cut out in the top left corner and a flat display. The image in the software build is titled as OnePlus 8T, blah, blah, blah. We also get a glimpse of the reworked game space menus in both landscape and portrait mode, as well as hints about 8K video support for upcoming devices from the OnePlus Camera app. Previous OnePlus 8T leaks include a Geekbench listing, which revealed it's powered by either the Snap 865 or its Plus variant alongside 8 gigs of RAM. We're also expecting 65-watt super warp charging. So when it comes to the OnePlus 8T, what are they upgrading on that? What is the selling point for the OnePlus 8T? They're going to go from a Snapdragon 865 to an 865 Plus. They're going to go from, I don't know what the current charge on that is, to 65 watt now, wired charging. Is that it? So to me, that doesn't warrant bumping the price up. I feel like keep it at $700. You will satisfy a good amount of people if you keep it at that $700 price point. Then it is a lot more competitive because you're not seeing a lot of 865 plus handsets coming at a $700 price point. I don't really know what else to say. Are they going to be upgrading the camera? Probably not. I don't know what else they're going to be doing that's going to be improving this phone. This is why, like, I just don't know if I really agree with the 6-month upgrade. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else they're going to be adding onto it. So just a very small blurb about that. So that's really all I have to share. So let me get back into chat. I know there's not much in here, so I'll just go through these real quick. Harsh Mystery says YouTube takes 30% super chat cut. Why don't you leave your PayPal or something in the description? Yeah. So Harsh Mystery, thank you for pointing that out. Actually, you're not the first person to say that. A lot of people say that. Team Varai and Big House, I think they always talk about, there's a link for buy me a beer or buy me a coffee. So I got to look into that. I just haven't had time, but Harsh Mystery, thank you for pointing that out. Yes. For people who don't know, YouTube takes a gigantic cut. They take 30% of whatever I make. So for every dollar I make, I get 70 cents to the dollar. So if I make $100, if I get donated $100, I only see $70 of that. That's YouTube being YouTube. Okay, so let me see here. Oddweight says Google and Apple are a duopoly. It's sickening how they stifle small businesses. Oddweight, I've been saying this for so long. Yes, I agree. That's why, like, it's funny because we sit here and we think, I know I'm gonna go on a tiny rant here, but we sit here and we think that Comcast, Xfinity, whatever you want to call it, Charter Communications, Time Warner, Verizon, you think these internet cable companies are competing against each other? No, they work together. They regulate that pricing. That's why the pricing is so similar. That's why you don't have options. The same goes with these phone companies, AT&T, Sprint. Well, it's not even Sprint now. AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, right? Like these are oligopolies. They're big companies who get together and control the industry so nobody else can. So competition is stifled, just like Oddweight is saying. So Oddweight, yes, I completely agree. Google and Apple, I mean, this is why they're in trouble right now. That's why Facebook, that's why they're having these hearings or whatever, because it's just these huge companies controlling everything. My 2 cents. Oddweight knows. Anyway, I always bitch about that. Big House says that ZTE is looking good. It does look good. Ted says, yeah, but the cameras will be trash. I'm guessing so as well. Harsh Mystery says, hit that like and subscribe. Harsh Mystery, thank you for the support. I appreciate that, man. Oddweight says OnePlus 8 Pro is a good deal. The standard 8 should be $100 less. Also, I want 4 Android platform updates. Even Samsung promises 3 now. Yes, I can't argue about that statement at all. Oddweight is on fire today. Mauricio says, I love what Asus is doing with the Asus Zenfone 7 / Pro. Yeah, I think it's I think that's an innovative phone. I think it's creative what they're doing, and I'm looking forward to it as well. So, all right, guys, we are moving into that time. we're gonna be talking about. So, what do I got here? I got about 15 minutes. We're gonna talk about the Pixel 5. We're gonna talk about the Pixel 4a 5G, and the last article I have here is from Android Authority that is saying that the Pixel 5 and the 4a 5G take one step closer to launch, which makes my heart happy. If there's one thing that I love talking about, it is the Pixel lineup. As much as I will bitch about the Pixel and Google, I also love the Pixel lineup. It is a hate-love relationship that you guys want to stick around for. All right. So the Pixel 5 and 4a 5G may have cleared an important hurdle to their release, and we may now know more about their network support as a result. 3 Pixel 5 models and 3 Pixel 4a 5G variants appear to have passed through the FCC. Both phones appear to support not just all major LTE networks in the US, but 5G networks as well, including sub-6 gigahertz and millimeter wave. You shouldn't have to be picky about the carrier you use. This makes me happy. This makes me think that Google isn't bending over for Verizon. They just decided, hey, let's just make the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5 and put all the antennas in here so that it will support sub-6 gigahertz, so that it will support millimeter wave, so that it'll support all of the LTE networks around. Google, kudos to you for doing something like that and not having Verizon stick it to you and say, give us an exclusive so we can slap 18 Verizon logos on it, put 18,000 pieces of bloat on it as well, and make it exclusive to Verizon only, charge an extra $100 because Verizon is just awful when it comes to that. I hate Verizon because of what they do with exclusivity. I just don't agree with it. I think all phones should be unlocked, and you should have a choice of where you want to go and what phone you want to buy without being locked into a carrier or a company or whatever. All right, moving on. The filings don't say much about the specs beyond wireless support, although the entries for the possible Pixel 5 versions point to support for, quote, wireless power transfer or wireless charging. Earlier rumors characterized the Pixel 5 as an upper mid-range phone with a Snap 765G chip, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, a speedy 90 hertz display refresh rate, 5.8-inch AMOLED display. The 4a 5G may be a larger than the base Pixel 4a with a 6.1 or 6.2-inch screen, but would use a slower 60 hertz refresh rate, forego wireless charging, and possibly stick to a lower-end Snap part. Hold on. Possibly stick to a lower-end Snapdragon with less RAM. No. From what I've read and from all the rumors we've heard, the Pixel 5 and Pixel 4a 5G should both be sharing the Snapdragon 765G. I have pointed this out on a previous stream and even cut a clip about this, but the Pixel 4a 5G will be the better buy than the Pixel 5 because it's going to have the same Snapdragon chipset, because it's going to have the same cameras, including the additional ultra wide that's supposedly coming with it. The only thing that it's going to be lacking, yes, it's going to have less RAM. It's still going to have the same amount of internal storage. It's not going to have a 90 hertz refresh rate. It's not going to have premium build quality. It's not going to have wireless charging or IP68 dust and water resistance, but you will still get the same performance mostly. You will still have the same camera experience mostly. And you're going to be paying $500 instead of $700. I think saving that $200 is a better bang for the buck than the Pixel 5. Here's the thing. I'm going to be buying both because I just need to test both out and see if it's really worth the extra $200. I have been talking about this Pixel 4a for weeks now, and I'm going to be spending, it looks like I got 10 minutes on this, but I want to talk about this phone. Let me finish this story out here. The FCC approvals were expected, but are still key parts of what could be the most important Pixel release in years, with Google's phone sales in trouble earlier and multiple leaders leaving the Pixel team in recent months. A lot is riding on the new hardware. It represents a test of whether or not the Pixel group can thrive with new leadership, not to mention whether a shift away from higher-end models will pay off. I don't really care about sales numbers. You guys know this. I don't really care what the sales numbers say. Google is still a gigantic company that can make whatever phones they want for however long they want. Obviously, will they thrive? Who cares if they thrive? Google can go ahead and they can make phones for the next decade or two, and I think they'll be fine. Google makes a shit ton of money from us, and I don't think that's something anybody has to worry about. All right, moving on. So I have now had my Pixel 4a for the last 3 weeks. Has it been 3 weeks? I know I got it on a Tuesday. Makes me think of that song. What is it? Coming up on a Tuesday? Why? I forget what it's. Okay. Anyway. This Pixel 4a, I have said it many times. This Pixel 4a is totally worth the $350. If you are looking for a phone and you don't have a ton of money, I can easily recommend the Pixel 4a at $350. With this $350 price point, you get an excellent camera, you get excellent battery life, you don't have the best build quality. You can see here, it's a very oily phone, but it's still a very solid phone. The buttons are tactile. The speakers are pretty good for what they are. You still get stereo speakers or dual speakers. You got one bottom firing one and one front facing speaker on the tweeter. But they work fairly well. You get a fingerprint reader, which I think is much better than not having a fingerprint reader and having facial recognition on this Pixel 4, which I feel like is now a sore spot for me because I'm out wearing a mask and this facial recognition does shit for me when I'm out in public and I don't want to take my mask down. So for $350, you get a lot of pros with this phone. The things that I have been having issues with is performance. Yes, this phone does lag. It will lag on you. It will stutter. It will slow down here and there. And it's to be expected. Please expect that. The first couple days with this phone, I really didn't experience it. But now that it's been a couple weeks in, I have experienced, I will say, a bit of a slowdown. Sometimes when I'm opening apps up, it will take a second or two extra to load. When I'm using other apps that are heavier in usage or performance-wise, yeah, there's a bit of a slowdown. So please expect that. But if you were doing the most basic things, if you're just checking Twitter and Instagram and texting and taking a picture and I don't know, whatever else you're doing, the basic things, you will be fine on this phone. Instagram works well for me. Chrome works well for me. YouTube works well for me. Using it as a media consumption phone works fine. The battery life is exceptional. So I'm going to go ahead and I've said this. I made a video about this. After using this phone for a week, the battery has been great. On average, I average about, how many times am I going to say average? I've averaged about 5 hours minimum of screen on time on this phone, and 24 plus, that's over a day, 24 plus hours of like pulling it off the charger. So I can go through a full day plus with 5 hours of screen on time and not have battery anxiety. This phone is the phone that gave me battery anxiety. I could not go through 24 plus hours off the charger with 5 hours of screen on time. I'll be lucky if I get 4.5 hours of screen on time on the Pixel 4 compared to the Pixel 4a. So you add the battery life and you add the fact that there is a fingerprint reader, a very fast and accurate fingerprint reader, and that's why this has been my daily driver over the Pixel 4. It's also why it's been like my daily driver over the iPhone 11 Pro. The iPhone 11 Pro, this phone since September or whenever I got it, September, it's been hard for me to move away from this phone, from the iPhone 11 Pro, because the camera's been so good on it and everything works really well. But the Pixel 4a is really a great phone to use. So I wanted to share a couple things on it. Do I even have these up now? Did I take them down? No, here we go. So like I've still been logging my battery life on this phone. So just to share with you, and when was this? This was like so it says here the 29th of August. So 3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago. 11% battery life. You'll see here almost 6 hours of screen on time. And then if we look at how long it was off the charger, what is that? 33 hours. So over a day, right? And then if we continue on to the next day, this is for the 30th. You'll see here up on the 30th, 12% battery life, 4 hours and 52 minutes of screen on time. And then also a day and 9 hours off the charger. And then the last battery charge was yesterday, the other day. And you'll see here again, 5 hours and 14 hours of 5 hours and 14 minutes of screen on time. And then 28 hours off the charger. When it comes to battery life, it's not something I worry about ever. We'll move on to the camera because I got 5 minutes here. I want to wrap this up. When it comes to the camera is exceptional. The camera is exceptional for the $350 price point. It really is. You will not find, I don't think you will find another phone right now that you can buy brand new that will have the camera quality of this Pixel 4a at $350. So hold on here. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm just going to share these camera shots with you because I have not yet had time to make a camera comparison. But like, as far as camera quality is great on it. You get like real dark contrasty shots. You get rich greens in the photos. They come out well balanced. I think the exposure is good on these shots here. I mean, a lot of this can be subjective. You might prefer something with more shadows in the back or whatever, but I think for the most part, people will be pleasantly surprised at the quality that comes out of this camera, especially for $350. Again, these are just some day shots that I took. I was using this to compare it with my Huawei P40 Pro Plus. It is a video I'm working on and I will eventually get that out. But as far as day shots, they're great. So I don't have night shots on here because what I've been doing is I've been taking a lot of photos and just posting them on my Instagram. So I'm going to share that with you now. Give me a second here as I make sure to focus that right or get the screen size right on it. So I took this yesterday. I took this last night on my Pixel 4a. Mind you, none of these photos were taken with a tripod. All of these photos were taken handheld. I just held my Pixel 4a with night sight on and just took the shot. This, yes. So the other shots I showed you were unedited, completely unedited. This has light editing to it. And when I say light editing, I don't mean that I took these photos and I put them in Lightroom. I didn't use Photoshop. I used the Instagram app to maybe turn up the contrast a bit or turn the brightness down, but that's it. That's all I did on it. No filters or anything like that, just what I used. Maybe some I did with a filter. I can't remember exactly, but I know this one was not a filter. So this is a night shot. This is a night shot taken with night sight, taken with handheld. This is also a night shot that I took. Like great colors, great contrast. I just, the exposure is good. Nothing is like really overblown here. Again, another shot with the Pixel 4a. I haven't done a ton of night shots yet. Still something I'm trying to do. And I'm just going through these Pixel 4a shots. These are excellent, excellent shots for a $350 phone. That's not a Pixel 4a, obviously. Pixel 4a, Pixel 4a, Pixel 4a, etc., etc. This phone, again, I know I talk about this phone a lot, but I do because I highly recommend it. It is not I don't look at this as a gaming phone. If you are a heavy user when it comes to apps, if you're editing video or rendering video or doing very heavy multitasking things, I will not recommend this phone to you. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're looking for something that has a great camera, great battery life, a great all-around experience, stock Android, a low price, a good amount of internal storage at 128 gigs for $350, this cannot be beat. It cannot be beat at $350 for a brand new phone. The only other phone that I think will have a good shot at beating this, which is not, it's going out of its price point, is the Pixel 4a 5G at $500. Will there be other phones at $500 that can beat this phone? The 4a 5G? Maybe. I think a lot of that is going to ride on its ultra wide lens and how good the 765G is really going to be. And I think the overall experience. But otherwise, that is like my quick roundup of the Pixel 4a. We are going through the hour here. I just want to go through the chat real quick before I get out of here. Sorry guys, I'm not going to be able to go through everything. Fear the Roof 42 is in here. It says, sorry, I'm later than a teenage girl 9. Tell your Pixel 4a not to feel bad. I too have had performance issues. Brian Lau, Fear the Roof 42, welcome. Brian, welcome, but also goodbye. Brian, welcome to the stream. Not welcome to the stream. Brian, thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, thank you so much for the super chats today. Brian, nice to see you. I know you came in late. I know you were busy working as well. Tony Brogan is in here. Tony, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Jerome. Sorry I raised this last week, but the Pixel 4a, if it only had one upgrade option, the processor, so you could choose, it would be a dream for future-proofing. It is, the rest is A1. Oh, are you telling me how you feel about it? I'm a little confused here. If you're asking me what I could choose to upgrade on this phone, it would be the processor. I would if I had to pick a processor or the wide angle camera, I would pick the processor. I feel like it could use a little boost in performance because while I can live with the bits of stutter and lag, the only reason I'm living with that is because it's price point. If this phone was $700 or $800 and it lagged the way it did, you won't hear the end of me talking about how the phone is not worth the price because of the lag. But if I could pick one, it would be a bump in the processor for sure. Tony, welcome to the stream. Harsh Mystery says HDR is dark on most of TV companies, false advertising, HDR. Did I miss something, Harsh? Oh, it's the same with TVs. They launch a good model 1 year and downgrade it for the rest of the year and it makes it even more expensive. There you go. John's Life says new subscribers, nice live video and interaction with us. John's Life, thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me that you see that. And I think that's why a lot of people come by because like I have a different perspective when it comes to tech. I'm very straightforward. You'll know that if you watch some of my older videos, not even the streams, but my older videos, you'll get a taste of who I am if you come by regularly. But John, thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Zane Beg is in here as well. Nice X-Men shirt, by the way. Hi, Zane. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Also, goodbye, guys. Great night shot. For sure. Big house. All right, guys, that's it for today. I have a call in 20 minutes, so I need to get going. But everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. Please, if you have not had a chance, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. It's a great way to support. It helps me algorithmically. If you haven't subscribed, I do stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central. I want to thank everybody for joining today. For everybody who for Oddweight for being a new YouTube member, thank you for supporting. For all the super chats as well, guys, thank you so much. Come back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. We will do it all over again. We'll have more tech to talk about. We'll have more things to discuss, more stories to share. Also, real quick, if you guys are a YouTube member or you're a Patreon supporter, hit me up, DM me at Phone Jerome. Everyone who is a paying member at this point will get access to my Discord so we can talk and chat. I will give you the invitation for that. Just let me know who you are so I can make sure. I will reach out to others as well. That's it for today. All right, guys, obligatory wave as I hit the play button. Guys, see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.